Captain Junho stood on the bridge of the Earth ship Starseeker. His dark eyes watched the stars through the large window. After 20 years as a space captain, nothing surprised him anymore. But today was different. "Captain, we're picking up a strange signal," said Minji, the young communication officer. Her fingers moved quickly over the control panel. "It's not human." Junho walked to her station. "Play it." A strange sound filled the bridge. It was like music, but sad and afraid. The crew looked at each other with wide eyes. "Where is it coming from?" asked Funo. "The Orion system," said Sunho, the navigator. "About 3 days away at our top speed." Shunho thought for a moment. Humans had never met aliens before. This could be the biggest moment in human history, or the most dangerous. "Set course for Orion," he ordered. "And call Earth Command. Tell them we found something." 3 days later, the Starseeker entered the Orion system. 5 planets circled a yellow sun. The signal was coming from the 3rd planet. "Scan the planet," ordered Chuno. Daehyun, the science officer, studied his screen. "The planet is mostly water. There are some small land areas. And, wait." He looked up with surprise on his face. "There's a huge ship in orbit. It's at least 10 times bigger than our ship." "Show me," said Chuno. The main screen showed a massive silver ship. It was shaped like a leaf and glowed with soft blue light. "Are they dangerous?" asked Minji, her voice shaking a little. Before anyone could answer, the alien ship started to move. It turned away from the planet and began to fly away at high speed. "They're running away," said Sunno. "Follow them," ordered Chuno. "But keep your distance. I want to know who they are and why they're afraid." The Starseeker followed the alien ship for hours. Suddenly, 3 black ships appeared from nowhere. They were shaped like sharp knives and moved very fast toward the silver ship. "New ships detected," said Daehyun. "They're charging weapons." The black ships fired red beams at the silver ship. The silver ship tried to escape, but was hit several times. "Captain," said Minji, "we're receiving a message from the silver ship." "Put it through," said Chuno. A soft voice spoke in perfect Korean. "Humans of Earth, we are the Luminary. Please help us. The hunters have found us again. They destroy all life they find. We have run for 1,000 years, but they never stop. Please hide. Save yourselves." Shunho watched as the black ships fired again. The silver ship's lights flickered. "Weapon status?" asked Funo. "All missiles ready, Captain," said Yuri, the weapons officer. "But our weapons might not affect those black ships." Shunho smiled. It wasn't a happy smile. It was the smile of someone who had made a decision. "Humans have never run from bullies," he said. "And we won't start now. Target the lead black ship and fire everything we have." As missiles flew from the Starseeker toward the surprised black ships, Shunho opened a channel to the silver ship. "Luminary friends," he said, "humans don't run. We fight. And sometimes, when the odds are impossible and death seems certain, we laugh in the face of danger. Today, we laugh with you." The first missiles hit the black ship. A huge explosion lit up space like a new star being born. The battle was short but fierce. The black ships had not expected resistance. After the Starseeker hit the first black ship, the others backed away. "They're retreating," shouted Yuri, surprised. "For now," said Junho, "but they'll be back." The silver ship was badly damaged. Junho ordered his crew to help the aliens. The Starseeker moved close to the silver ship and connected to it with a large metal tube. Daehyun scanned the silver ship. "There are hundreds of aliens inside. Many are hurt." "Bring their leaders to our ship," said Junho, "and tell our doctor to get ready." An hour later, Shunho stood in the meeting room with 3 aliens. They looked almost human but were taller and had silver skin that glowed softly. Their eyes were large and completely blue with no white part. "I am Mary," said the tallest alien. Her voice was gentle like wind through leaves. "I speak for the Luminary. You saved us. Humans. No one has ever done that before. Why were those ships attacking you? Asked Juno. Nari's face showed deep sadness. The black ships belong to the void. They are hunters who destroy all life they find. They have chased us across 3 galaxies for fun. For fun? Asked Minji, who was taking notes. They kill for fun. Yes, said another alien named Tayo. The void were once like us, but they changed themselves with strange science. Now they feel nothing except when they hunt. Our fear gives them pleasure. Sunho, who was usually quiet, spoke up. How many luminary are left? 500 on this ship, said Neri. Maybe a few thousand hiding on other worlds. We were once billions. Juno thought about Earth. Humans were still new to space travel. They had no big fleets or powerful weapons. If the void attacked Earth, people would die. Can we hide from them? He asked. Neri shook her head. The void always find those who run. We have been running for 100 years. Each time they find us, more of us die. Then we won't run, said Juno. His voice was firm. Earth is 3 weeks away at top speed. We will take you there and protect you. You don't understand, said Tayo. His hand shook. No one beats the void. They are too strong. Maybe alone, said Juno. But humans are good at working together, and we have something the void don't understand. What is that? Asked Nari. Juno smiled. Hope, and the crazy idea that standing up to bullies is always the right choice, even when it's hard. Daehyun rushed into the room. Captain, we've picked up 10 more black ships entering the system. Junho stood up. How long until they reach us? 2 hours, said Daehyun. Then we have 2 hours to prepare, said Juno. He turned to Nari. Can your ship still fly? Yes, but slowly, she said. Then let's go, said Juno. We'll protect you all the way to Earth. But I need to know everything about the void. Their weapons, their ships, how they think. For the first time, Nari's face showed a small smile. You humans are strange. You laugh at danger instead of running from it. That's because we're too stubborn to know when we're beaten, said Juno, walking toward the door. And sometimes, being stubborn is exactly what you need to win. As the void ships came closer, Juno called all his officers to the bridge. There was no time to reach Earth. They had to fight now. Tell me about void weapons, Juno asked Nari, who stood beside him. They use energy beams that can cut through most metals, she said, and they have shields that stop most attacks. Daehyun looked up from his computer. I've studied the data from our first attack. Their shields have a pattern. They get weaker for 2 seconds after they fire their weapons. Shunho nodded. Then that's when we hit them. Yuri, aim our missiles for that exact moment. But Captain, we only have 12 missiles left, said Yuri. Then we need to make them count, said Juno. The Star Seeker and the damaged luminary ship moved behind a small moon. It would hide them for a short time. Minji, send a message to Earth, ordered Juno. Tell them everything about the void. If we don't make it, Earth must be ready. Minji's hands shook as she sent the message. Everyone knew their chances were small. Junho turned to Nari. Can your ship still fight? We have 1 weapon left, she said. A light beam that can blind their sensors for a few minutes, but it only works once. That's all we need, said Juno. He looked at his crew. They were afraid but ready. Here's the plan. The luminary ship will blind the void. Then we attack the lead ship with everything we have. If we destroy their leader, the others might back off. And if they don't? Asked Sunho quietly. Junho's face was serious. Then we keep fighting until we can't. The bridge was silent. Then Yuri spoke up. My grandfather fought in the last war on Earth. He told me something I never forgot. The size of the fight in the dog matters more than the size of the dog in the fight. Junho smiled. Exactly. The void think we'll run like everyone else, but humans don't give up easily. He turned to Nari. Are your people ready? She nodded. We will fight with you. The plan was set. The luminary ship would come out first and fire its light weapon. Then the Star Seeker would attack with all its missiles. As they waited for the void ships to get closer, Chunho spoke to his crew. Whatever happens today, I'm proud of you all. We may be the first humans to meet aliens, but we won't be the last. Earth will remember what we did here. Minji's console beeped. Captain, 3 more ships just entered the system. But they're not void ships. On the main screen, 3 large ships appeared. They were gold and blue with strange writing on them. Those are Kildare ships, said Neri, her eyes wide. They're like us, hunted by the void for years. A voice came through the speakers. Human vessel, this is Captain Minjin of the Kildare fleet. We received your message to Earth. The Kildare have been watching humans for a long time. We never expected you to fight for strangers. We will stand with you. Chunho couldn't believe it. Suddenly, they weren't alone. The void are almost here, said Dahian. 10 black ships approaching fast. Captain Minjin, we have a plan, said Chunho. Are you ready to help us surprise the void? We are, came the reply. The void have never faced species who fight together. Today they learned what happens when the hunted stop running. As the void ships came around the moon, they found not scared prey, but 3 different species ready to fight side by side. Now, shouted Juno. The battle was fierce but quick. The luminary ship fired its light weapon, blinding the void sensors. Then the Star Seeker and the Kildare ships attacked together. They hit the lid void ship when its shields were down. The huge explosion lit up space. The other void ships stopped, confused by the loss of their leader. Then, surprisingly, they turned and ran away. They're retreating, shouted Minji. The bridge crew cheered. They'll be back with more ships, said Nari. But we have time now. 3 days later, a meeting was held on the largest Kildare ship. Captain Juno sat with Nari of the Luminary and Captain Minjin of the Kildare. 20 other ship captains joined by video. Some were human ships from Earth that had come to help. Others were from different alien groups. We have created the first space alliance, said Minjin. He was tall with blue skin and 4 arms. 7 different species working together against the void. Junho looked around the table. How many ships can we bring together? The Kildare have 15 warships, said Minjin. Earth is sending 30 ships. The Luminary have 5 hidden ships that can join us. A captain on the screen spoke. She was from a species called the Zorith, who looked like tall birds. The Zorith can send 12 ships. We have been hiding from the void for too long. One by one, the other captains offered their ships. Soon, they had over 80 ships promised to the fight. This is good, said Juno. But we need more than ships. We need to understand why the void hunt other species. Nari nodded. My people have studied the void for 100 years. We know they were once normal beings like us. But they changed themselves with dangerous science. Now they only feel joy when hunting others. Can they be changed back? Asked Kuno. Maybe, said a new voice. Everyone turned to see an old Kildare scientist named Jinsu enter the room. I have been studying a void body we found after a battle many years ago. The void are not born, they are made. And anything that is made can be unmade. This was big news. For the first time, there was hope of not just fighting the void, but stopping them forever. What do you need to find a way to change them back? Asked Tuno. I need to study their home world, said Jinsu, the place where they first changed themselves. But no one knows where it is. Nari stood up. That's not true. Our oldest stories tell of a planet called Zora, where the void first appeared. But it's in a far galaxy, and no ship can travel that far. Except one, said Minjin. All eyes turned to him. The Kildare have been building a special ship that can jump between galaxies. It's never been tested, but it might work. Shunho thought for a moment. Then we need two plans. First, we build our fleet to defend against the Void when they return. Second, we send a small team on the Galaxy jump ship to find Zora and learn how to stop the Void forever. Who will go on this dangerous trip? Asked one of the captains. Junho stood up. I will. The Starseeker is too damaged to fight well, but my crew is the best at exploring new places. Neri put her hand on Junho's arm. I will go too. My people know the old stories about Zora. Minjin nodded. And I will send my best scientist, Jinsu. Together, you might find the answer. As the meeting ended, the different species began working together, sharing their knowledge and technology. For the first time in history, they had something the Void didn't understand: unity and hope. 1 month later, the Galaxy jump ship was ready. It was named Unity, a symbol of the new alliance. The ship was amazing, 3 times bigger than the Starseeker and shaped like an arrow. The Unity can jump 5 million light-years in one day, explained Jinsu as he showed Junho around. It will take us 2 weeks to reach the galaxy where Zora is. Junho's crew from the Starseeker had all volunteered to go. Minji, Daehyun, Sunho, and Yuri stood with him as they boarded the Unity. Nari and 10 other luminary joined them. Jinsu brought 20 Keldari scientists and engineers. This jump technology is new, warned Jinsu. It might make you feel sick the first time. We're ready, said Junho. He looked at the small crew. 50 brave people from 3 different species, traveling farther than anyone had gone before. The Unity left the space station where it had been built. Thousands of workers from different species had helped create this special ship. Now they watched as it moved away, carrying their hopes with it. Jump engines ready, said the Keldari pilot. Take us to Zora, ordered Junho. The space around the ship seemed to bend. Stars stretched into lines of light. Then everything went white. When the view returned to normal, they were in empty space. Where are we? Asked Minji. Halfway to the next galaxy, said Jinsu. We'll make 12 more jumps like this. Life on the Unity settled into a routine. The humans worked with the Luminary and Keldari, learning from each other. Junho was surprised how much they had in common despite looking so different. During meals, they shared stories. Nari told tales of the beautiful Luminary homeworld, lost long ago to the Void. Jinsu spoke of Keldari music and art. Minji taught the aliens about Earth's oceans and mountains. Your people fight so hard to protect your world, said Nari to Junho one night. The Luminary ran when the Void came. Maybe if we had fought from the start, things would be different. You did what you thought was right, said Junho. Now we fight together. On the 10th day, Jinsu called everyone to the main room. We found something strange, he said, pointing to a screen showing space outside the ship. There's a line of dead planets ahead. Daehyun studied the data. 6 planets in a row, all destroyed the same way. Something burned their surfaces completely. The Void? Asked Junho. Neri shook her head. The Void don't destroy planets. They hunt the people, not the worlds. Then who did this? Asked Yuri. No one had an answer. The Unity moved carefully past the dead planets. Everyone felt uneasy. On the 14th day, they reached their destination. The last jump brought them to a small yellow star with 7 planets. Which one is Zora? Asked Junho. Jinsu checked his maths. The 3rd planet should be Zora. The Unity moved toward the 3rd planet. It was blue and green like Earth, but with 2 small moons. I'm picking up energy readings, said Daehyun. Something is active on the surface. After all this time, Nari was surprised. Zora was abandoned thousands of years ago. Someone or something is down there, said Daehyun, and they're using a lot of power. Junho made a decision. Prepare a landing ship. Nari, Jinsu, Daehyun, and I will go to the surface. The rest of you stay here. If we don't return in 1 day, leave without us. As they boarded the small landing ship, Minji stopped Junho. Be careful, Captain. We've come too far to lose you now. Junho nodded. Keep the Unity safe. We'll find answers on Zora, one way or another. The landing ship touched down on a flat plain near a range of tall mountains. Junho, Nari, Jinsu, and Daehyun put on their spacesuits before stepping outside. The air on Zora might be dangerous. The energy readings are coming from those mountains, said Daehyun, looking at his hand scanner, about 5 miles away. The sky above them was purple with 2 small moons visible. The ground was covered with short blue grass-like plants. In the distance, they could see tall trees with silver leaves. This place is beautiful, said Nari. Hard to believe it's where the void began. They walked for an hour, testing the air as they went. Jinsu finally took off his helmet. The air is safe to breathe, he said. Similar to Earth's, but with more oxygen. As they got closer to the mountains, Daehyun's scanner began beeping faster. The energy source is getting stronger. It's behind that hill. They climbed the small hill and stopped in shock. Before them was a huge building made of black metal. It was shaped like a pyramid, but with the top cut off. Blue lights glowed along its sides. That structure is at least 10,000 years old, said Jinsu, checking his scanner. But it's still working. What is it? Asked Junho. I think it's a research center, said Nari. The old stories say the Void were scientists before they changed. They approached the building carefully. There was a single door on one side, slightly open. Junho led the way inside. The interior was dimly lit by blue lights. Long hallways stretched in different directions. The walls were covered with strange writing. I can read some of this, said Nari, looking closely at the writing. It's an old form of luminary language. Many species used it for science long ago. What does it say? Asked Junho. Project Eternity, translated Nari. A way to live forever. They followed the hallway to a large room filled with machines. In the center was a glowing blue sphere floating above a metal platform. This technology is incredible, said Jinsu, walking around the sphere. It's still working after thousands of years. Daehyun was looking at a row of glass tubes along one wall. Each tube was big enough to hold a person, but they were empty. I think people went into these tubes, he said, maybe as part of an experiment. Nari found a working computer screen. She touched it, and images appeared. This is a record of what happened here, she said. Her voice shook a little. The scientists were trying to make themselves immortal by turning their bodies into energy. They succeeded. But what? Asked Junho. They lost something in the change. Their feelings, their connection to others. They became cold, empty. Nari looked up. They became the first void. Suddenly, the blue sphere in the center pulsed brightly. A voice spoke from all around them. Visitors. After so long. How interesting. Everyone froze. The voice was deep and seemed to come from the air itself. Who are you? Asked Junho, his hand moving to his weapon. I am Guardian, the last original. I watch over this place. The blue sphere pulsed with each word. You are not like the others. Not like those who fled. You came looking for answers. We want to stop the void, said Junho. They hunt innocent people across the galaxies. Yes, my children became hunters after the change. They lost their souls but kept their hunger. The voice sounded sad. I stayed here, hoping someone brave would come one day. Can the void be stopped? Asked Jinsu. Yes, said Guardian. I can show you how to reverse what was done. But there is a price. There is always a price. What is this price? Asked Junho, watching the glowing blue sphere carefully. Guardian's voice was soft but clear. To reverse the change, we must send a signal to all void across the galaxies. This signal will turn them back to their original forms. But someone must connect with the main system to send this signal. That person will join with me. Join with you. Daehyun looked confused. Become like me. Energy, not flesh. The signal needs a living mind to guide it. Guardian's light pulsed slowly. Whoever does this can never return to their body. Everyone was quiet. This was a big price indeed. I'll do it, said Nari suddenly. My people have suffered the most from the void. It's right that a luminary should end this. No, said Jinsu. I am old. My life is mostly behind me. It should be me. Shunho shook his head. We need to think about this. Let's learn more first. He turned to Guardian. How many void are there? Millions now, said Guardian. They were few at first, just 20 scientists who changed themselves. But they found they could change others too. Each new void helped make more. And the hunting? Asked Dadian. Why do they hunt? The change left them empty inside. They feel nothing except when hunting. The fear of others gives them a feeling close to joy. Guardian's light dimmed. I tried to stop them, but they were too strong. They left me here and spread across the stars. But you found a way to change them back? Asked Jinsu. Yes, the change can be reversed. But I couldn't send the signal alone. I needed help, someone brave enough to come here. Shunho looked at his friends, then back at Guardian. Can you show us this signal system? Guardian led them deeper into the building. They entered a round room with a large chair in the center. The chair was connected to many tubes and wires. Above it was another blue sphere, larger than Guardian. This is the signal throne, said Guardian. Whoever sits here will join with me to send the reversal signal. Their mind will help focus the energy to reach all void everywhere. Nari stepped forward. I still think I should. Suddenly, alarms started ringing throughout the building. Red lights flashed on the walls. What's happening? Asked Shunho. We're being scanned, said Guardian, his light flashing quickly. A void ship has entered the system. They found us. Daiyan's communicator beeped. It's Minji. She says a void battleship just appeared near the Unity. They're hiding behind the moon, but don't know how long they can stay hidden. The void must have followed your energy trail, said Guardian. They always feared someone would find this place. How long until they reach us? Asked Shunho. Hours, maybe less, said Guardian. They will destroy this facility and everyone here. Shunho made a quick decision. Daiyan, contact the Unity. Tell them to prepare for emergency jump back to our galaxy. Nari, Jinsu, gather all the data you can about the reversal signal. We need to take this information home. There's no time to learn everything, said Guardian. The signal must be sent now, or the void will stop us forever. Then I'll do it, said Shunho. The others looked at him in shock. I started this journey. I'll finish it. Captain? No, said Dadian. We need you. Shunho smiled sadly. Earth will be fine without me. And the void must be stopped. He turned to Guardian. Will the signal hurt the void? No, said Guardian. It will free them. Return them to what they once were. Shunho nodded. Then it's worth it. He walked to the signal throne and sat down. Tell my crew I'm sorry. And tell Earth we laughed until the end. As the others backed away, tubes from the chair connected to Shunho's arms. Blue light began to flow up the tubes toward his body. Beginning the joining, said Guardian. The signal will reach all void everywhere. Your sacrifice will save billions of lives. Shunho closed his eyes as the blue light surrounded him. For Earth, he whispered. For everyone. Blue light filled the room as Shunho's body began to change. The others watched in awe and sadness as their captain slowly turned into pure energy. You must leave now, said Guardian. The void ship will be here soon. Take your ship and spread the word of what happened here. We can't leave him, said Daiyan, his voice breaking. You must, said Nari gently. His sacrifice should not be wasted. Jinsu was working quickly at a control panel. I've downloaded all the data about the void and their creation. We can share this with all worlds. The building began to shake. Dust fell from the ceiling. The void ship is attacking from orbit, said Guardian. Go now. The signal is building. Shunho, and I will complete it. With heavy hearts, Daiyan, Nari, and Jinsu ran from the building. They raced back to their landing ship as explosions boomed in the distance. Back in the signal room, Junho felt his body becoming lighter. His mind was expanding, connecting with Guardian and the machine. He could feel millions of void minds across the galaxies. They were angry, afraid. They knew something was happening. "We are almost ready," said Guardian's voice, now inside Junho's head. "The signal will reach all void everywhere. It cannot be stopped now." Junho saw images from across space. Void ships, void planets, void beings of all kinds. They had once been many different species, all changed into cold hunters. Soon they would be free. Meanwhile, the landing ship reached the Unity, which was hiding behind Zora's moon. "We need to jump now," said Minji as the others boarded. "The void ship is scanning the area." "Junho?" asked Yuri, looking at the three who had returned. Dahyun shook his head. He stayed behind to save everyone. Tears filled Minji's eyes, but she focused on her job. Preparing for emergency jump, all systems ready. On the main screen, they saw the Void battleship, a huge black shape moving toward Zora. It was firing weapons at the planet, trying to destroy the ancient building. "Too late," whispered Nari. "The signal has begun." Deep inside the mountain facility, Junho and Guardian had become one being of pure light. The signal throne glowed with energy as the reversal signal built to full power. "Now," they said together. A wave of blue-white light shot from the building, spreading outward faster than any ship could travel. It passed through the Void battleship, then kept going, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxy. Aboard the Void ship, something strange happened. The dark, shifting forms of the Void began to change. Their bodies became solid again. Their minds cleared of the hunger that had driven them for thousands of years. "What am I?" asked one, looking at hands that were now flesh instead of shadow. Across countless worlds, the same thing was happening. Millions of Void were changing back to their original forms. The hunt was ending. On the Unity, the crew watched in amazement as the Void ship stopped firing. Its black surface changed to silver. "They're transforming," said Jinsu, watching his instruments. "The reversal is working." "Jump systems ready," said the pilot. "Should we go?" Minji hesitated. "Wait. Look." The blue-white wave had spread across the entire system. Now it was returning, flowing back toward Zora like water down a drain. All the energy was gathering in one place, the ancient building. "What's happening?" asked Dahyun. "I don't know," said Jinsu. "This wasn't in the data." A column of light shot up from the planet into space. It grew brighter and brighter until everyone had to shield their eyes. Then, with a silent flash, it was gone. Where the Void ship had been was now a normal vessel, and where Zora had been was still a beautiful blue-green planet, but now with a new bright star in orbit around it. "Junho," said Nari softly. "He became a star." "The guardian of Zora," said Jinsu, watching over the birthplace of the Void to make sure it never happens again. As the Unity prepared to jump home with their amazing news, Minji looked at the new star one last time. "Goodbye, Captain," she whispered. "You kept your promise. You laughed until the end." 3 weeks later, the Unity returned to Earth. News of their journey had reached home before them through special space messages. When they landed, thousands of people were waiting to welcome them. Minji, Dahyun, Yuri, and Sunho stepped off the ship with Nari, Jinsu, and the other aliens. Earth leaders from every country stood ready to greet them. "Welcome home, heroes," said the world president, a woman named Summon. "Your message about the Void has changed everything. Tell us what happened to Captain Junho." Minji stepped forward. Captain Junho gave his life to save all living things in every galaxy. He became part of the signal that changed the Void back to normal people. "He became more than that," added Nari. "When the energy returned to Zora, he became a new star. He will watch over that world forever." The president nodded sadly. Then we will honor him in the stars. Every ship that flies will carry his name and story. Later that day, a big meeting was held with leaders from all the allied species. The Unity had brought back many former Void who had changed back to their original forms. They were confused but thankful. One of them, a tall being named Tarim, spoke to the group. For 1,000 years, I was a monster who hunted others. I remember it all, but it feels like a bad dream. How can we make up for what we did? Jinsu answered, by helping us build a better galaxy. By using your knowledge to help others. A new alliance is forming, said the world president. Not just to fight, but to explore and learn together. 7 species united by one common experience. We all faced the dark and didn't run. Dahyun stood up. Captain Juno had a saying. The stars belong to those brave enough to laugh in the dark. We should make that our alliance motto. Everyone agreed. The new alliance was named the United Stars, with its headquarters on Earth. Ships were built to explore new worlds and find other species who might want to join. 1 year later, Minji stood on the bridge of a new ship called the Shunho's Light. She was its captain now. Dahyun, Sunho, and Yuri served with her, along with crew members from all 7 allied species. Course set for the Andromeda Galaxy, said Sunho from the pilot's seat. First official mission of the United Stars exploration program. Many former Void are still out there, said Nari, who had become the ship's science officer. Some are lost and confused. We need to find them and help them. Minji nodded. That's our job now. To help heal the scars left by the Void. To build something good from something bad. As the Junho's Light prepared to leave Earth, Minji looked at a small star map on her screen. It showed Zora and its new star, now named Shunho's Star by official star maps. We're on our way, Captain, she whispered. We're continuing what you started. The ship lifted smoothly into space. As Earth grew smaller behind them, the crew felt excited about their mission. They would find new worlds, meet new species, and spread the story of how humans and their alien friends had changed the fate of all galaxies. Sometimes, when traveling through deep space, ships passing near Zora would report strange things. Their crews said they heard laughter in the empty space, warm, human laughter that made them feel brave. And on the darkest nights, when ships faced danger or doubt, Shunho's star seemed to shine a little brighter, guiding them home. Before the Void, species across the galaxies only knew how to run and hide. Now they knew something better. How to stand together, how to fight for each other, and most importantly, how to laugh in the face of fear. For as long as stars shine, they would remember how they fled across galaxies and how humans followed, laughing all the way.